This is an ooh-wee production.
Welcome to the Real Talk Podcast, where the goal is to better our understanding through conversation. Communicating our feelings, our thoughts, or our opinions could be some of the easiest, or it could be some of the hardest things to do. But by communicating, we begin to form new perspectives. So throughout the various topics and opinions we discuss on our podcast, we hope that we can add value, understanding, and maybe a few laughs to your day. We appreciate you guys listening and enjoy the show.
Why is it so easy to take the cheese?
Let's talk about it, man.
Yeah,
Let's talk about why it's so easy to take the cheese. What you mean by that? Expound on that, man.
Like in our culture, man.
Yeah.
Why do a lot of people come and attack us the same way multiple times? And it's like they attack, and it's almost like, man, it's almost it's getting to the point to where it's utterly it's just disrespectful, man, because like anybody else see that they using the same method over and over again. And It's like we not even catching on to it. It's like when we cry out for help on X, Y, and Z, and it's like we left the question, okay, why didn't help arrive? You know what I'm saying? Why we always treat it like the afterthought? But then flip it, why are we the first thought? When, you know, when something urgent is going on that begs for us to be a part of it. Right. Like that's when we are meant to feel like we feel like, man, they dress us up, man, they adorn us up, they shine us up, man, they put us on the pedestal, and they, you know, and they cater to us like we're needed. Like we are it. And then all of a sudden, it's like the approach that they take to get us to feeling this way.
Yeah. When you say us, you're talking about like black people, right?
Our people, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
they might not know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, we are. Election time. Like, like we use that for example, man. It's like any other time, bro. Like we sitting around it and we see different things that's happening that's plaguing our communities at large, and we want change, a positive change, so to speak, and then we're asking for help when it comes to like, you know, hurricanes or, you know, natural phenomena, stuff like this. And then it's like oftentimes we the last ones to seek, you know, to get the help that we properly need, or let's just say something happens in the community in which, you know, whatever, we need to call the police, and then all of a sudden they take their time getting there. Mm-hmm. But it's like, flip all of that. Now here it is election time. When they need results to happen, one way or another, even if we're called the, you know, minority, it's almost like we get the majority treatment. Mm-hmm. If that makes a bit of sense, which it got me to really thinking about it. Why is that? So that's a whole nother question. Why is that? But keeping it back online and back on track, like, why do we go for the cheese? Like,
what's the cheese?
The cheese is, you know, the glitz, the glamour, or trying to cater to us by showing us something that they feel we love.
Like what? Give us an example.
I'm about to give you an example, or giving us something that they feel we have no choice but to just rock with it because it's what we rock with, so to speak, or what they think we rock with. So, for example, like, you know, let's throw a concert.
All right.
Throw a concert, and who we gonna bring out? You know, we gonna bring out why you smiling like that, bro?
I already know where we're going, bro.
No, but you asked me to give you an example, though. You know,
I'm agreeing with you, and it's just like, bro.
Yeah, like, hey, who's the hottest act right now? You know what I'm saying? Hey, who's out there doing the most ratchet stuff? Hey, bring them up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, they'll love to hear her. Or they'll love to, you know, they'll love him, you know. Right. So, yeah, we'll give you ratchet and we'll give you gospel.
Yeah.
We'll give you Kurt over here, and then we'll give you Megan Thee Stallion. You know, I was like, your pick. You know, hey, after all, they summarize the whole culture. Like, that's everything but the, you know, that's the furthest from the truth, but
that's how it is. That's how they do it, man.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, we out there rocking. Megan can't even play her whole song, man, because it's like
The lyrics.
The lyrics too vulgar. They too. Come on, man.
Bruh.
Come on.
I saw the video, man. Just like the preference, like you guys, what we talking about. It was I'll drop the link and everything to the podcast, but it was a guy doing a video breakdown of the Kamala Harris presidential rally that she did in Atlanta. And
it was a pep rally.
So like she brought out Megan Thee Stallion, and the Megan Thee Stallion performance, it felt like that her performance in the song she performed didn't fit the venue that she was hired for. You know what I'm saying?
My question was, what was the song at that point? And then
It's crazy,
but the thing that made it even more like just the term to use is cringy. What made it even more cringy was the fact it was the message that was trying to be slipped into it was, if you love your body. And that's all she kept repeating over and over again. If you love your body.
Who?
That's what Megan Thee Stallion was saying.
See, I didn't watch the video. I just saw that little clip.
It almost sounded like it was on the loop. She didn't have nothing else to say. I'm really, like, at this point, I'm convinced they told her, look, we got a check for you. Just show up. She was like, okay, wait a minute. Show up and do what? You want me to perform? No, yeah, we want you on the stage. We want you to perform. Right. Wait a minute. You do know what I put out, right? We want you to perform.
All right, so like, look, okay, so let's separate Megan Thee Stallion, because Megan Thee Stallion did what Megan Thee Stallion is supposed to do. That's her lifestyle. That's her thing.
I mean, well, she's an entertainer.
She's an entertainer, right?
Yeah.
Let's break down. Okay, why did Kamala Harris choose to bring her out? Was it even Kamala Harris' choice? Like, was that her decision? Or was it more or less, you know what I'm saying, one of those things to where they hired the acts and then she just showed? I don't know, because it's like, okay, how do we do that? Because we have maybe some people. I'm on the side of, like, I don't think that was the best performer to hire for something like that. I think you should have brought in I think it would have been better to have maybe like somebody else, maybe a speaker. Maybe like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, after watching the video and listening to it, it's like, bro, what do you, like, what's your thoughts on that? You know what I'm saying?
Or I like where you went at with this, a speaker.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have been mad if they brought her out, but instead of performing, actually, if she has I'm not saying that I don't know her. Honestly, I don't know her I really don't. So that's why I'm about to make the comment that I'm going to make. And I'm quite sure the young lady does have a head on her shoulders to a degree, but let her actually speak.
Yeah.
Let her actually speak and let the world see a different side of her. And you talk about, like, seriously, that right there would help you out more than, okay, seeing somebody in this. I mean, I guess that could go back. Now that I think about it, they could come back and they could bite you too if she says the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So you definitely, when you talk about politics, you speaking politically. So that's definitely, but again, what I'm saying is let her show a different side of her that otherwise people aren't accustomed to, that automatically looks at her. Certain people could have turned on their TV and the moment they saw her come on the TV, oh, you know what, I'm over this. Immediately clicked off. You lose certain people by how I hate to say this, but especially in this setting with who you associate yourself with, a lot of times people automatically, they'll find you guilty through association.
Right.
Like, okay, this is what we own now. I'm definitely not going this way.
Right.
But I'm not saying that hit me one way or the other, but I just feel like it's a proper, it's a time and it's a place for everything. And I don't see where
that was the right place and time.
I really don't. I mean, that actually, I could have, honestly, man. I could have saw that going on after you didn't got the win.
Yeah.
And you get the win, and that, now you partying and that just happened to leak out and Megan there. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. Well, I feel you though, man. I feel you.
It's like,
honestly, man, like me and my wife was talking about that, bro. It's like, okay, because the video breakdown, it seemed like she was putting on an accent. Seemed like she was catering to black people. So it's like it was a bad I didn't see the whole thing. I want to preface that. I did not see the whole rally from start to finish. I just seen that portion and the video parts they picked out. And from the comparisons they was making, it was like, okay, she did seem like she put on an accent. She did seem like she was catering more to black people stuff, like using rap lyrics.
She
like
OD.
Quavo said.
She OD.
Quavo said, walk it
Yeah.
like you talking. And it's like, yeah, like you said, she OD. It's like too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, just be yourself, man. And I was talking to my wife about this, man. I'm like, bro, I think we need to get back to voting for who the best. Like, we put color into it so much. We put race and gender into it so much.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Who's the best candidate for real?
That's what I was getting ready to say. That's why nowadays, bro, when I said the comment that I said, I meant it.
Right.
You know, the cheese. It's like, bro, taking the bait, bro. Like, the bait is too baity, clickbaity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We are now a culture that's heavily influenced by clickbaity material.
Yeah.
It's like one way or the other. Oh, let me click that. You know what I mean? But really and truly, it has nothing to do with that. You know, but you clicking it because of what the title says.
Yeah.
That's what lures you in. But my thing is, you know, like, to me, seeing that to me was no different than you watching that movie Get Out, and Buddy makes that comment. Oh, I would have voted for Obama a third time if I could. Nobody asked you that.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't even have a place in this conversation. So why even bring that up? Now you doing that because I might be a brother among others that's in the room. Now you want to make yourself seem like you're not a threat.
Yeah.
First of all, by you saying that, now everybody taking notice of you. Why he said that? You know what I'm saying? What would even make him say that? You know, what Obama got to do with this?
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
It's like, you know, like that's another one. It's no different than this here. Hey, buddy, how you doing, man? Hey, can you tell me where I can find me a good chicken spot? Why ask me? You know,
Right, I feel you.
what? I look like I like chicken, huh? You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Then he
you
go,
on
no,
that.
I'm not saying no such thing. Well, what about watermelons? And then it's like you making it worse.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
bruh,
yeah.
like,
That's too like scripted.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
feel
but
you.
again, you hear those things too many times to the point to where you like, okay, here we go again. Here we
Yeah.
go. And like certain people, immediately you wake up and you're like, okay.
But how do you think we get here though? Because it's like, for me, like he said, like not all people agree with that. And he was like, you got I'm gonna use the terms he used in the video breakdown. He was like, you got the super black people, you got the smart black people, right? And I feel like it's like, how does the people who know the least have the most influence? You know, like for instance, somebody posting gardening and growing, how to grow a garden in your backyard, how to make fruits and vegetables and things like that, and then somebody twerking. Who gonna get more views? Like, how did that person who knows the least get the most influence? That makes no sense to me. And that's what I'm talking about with the candidates and stuff. It's like black people focus on, oh, she the first black woman, she the first black this. And I have nothing against Kamala Harris. I don't even pay attention to politics like that. So it's like, I don't know who's the best. But it's like, let's put past she being black and she being the first woman and listen to what the woman actually is saying. Is she passing laws, or is she having a campaign that's going to promote a better USA for everybody, or a better this, or better that, or how she's going to fix this, or we just focused on her being black and her being a woman, and we just, that's the influence she got.
My thing is, what are we focusing on now?
Right,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You really have to stop and ask yourself that, because if you don't even stop and ask yourself that, what are you even paying attention for? You know, like at that point, you know, it's almost like, okay, this is what this thing is seemingly becoming to me. Presidential races now is becoming who's blacker.
Yeah, that's what it seems
Sell
like.
blackness.
Sell blackness, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy thing, because if it's not an election year, bro, blackness ain't even in.
Mm-hmm.
People treat it like it's not even in until we start dealing with the hip hop community. That's the only time it's always in, because that influences so many people, so many ethnicities. That's the one thing that could be over in China. In China, you got people breakdancing. You got them, all that. That's hip hop. It's that culture. But other than that, nobody really want to walk black. Nobody want to go out on the streets in America and really say, like, unapologetically. I'm not saying, like, us, we were born in this skin. We have to, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But let's keep it a buck. Like, Most people not waking up and saying, hey, what's the one thing that you wanted to do your whole life? I want to wake up and I want to walk in the shoes of a black person. Nobody really, let me ask you, who you think would ever say that?
Well, what is okay, let me ask you this. I think that's a weird question to ask, because I don't think nobody would say, I want to walk in the shoes of a white person.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? I want to be a white man.
I can guarantee you, I know some people, bro. I know some people that will sit up there and say,
I do think it's benefits to it, bro, but it's like, okay, let me get back to I want to get to the root of why you say that. Like, why do you say that nobody, is it the catering, or is it why do you say that in that way?
Because people understand, people sit up there, and a lot of people like to play oblivious to a lot of things. But what people it's a lot of people in the world that will turn a blind eye to a lot of stuff that happens, in the public eye, especially as it relates to a so-called black person.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, man, over the course of generations, we've had our sisters raped. We had our brothers raped. We had brothers killed. We've had sisters killed. Not too long ago, you see what happened, a couple months ago. Well, maybe a month or so ago now. But again, it's almost like a never ending story that it'll never end, because as soon as we get past one chapter, here come the next chapter. And somewhere in that chapter, you're going to see something close to that. It's like it. So who really truly wakes up that's not classified as a person of color, a black person, and says, hey, on my bucket list, I want to be a black person. I would. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Yeah.
My thing, now on the flip, you do have certain people out here given enough pressure, given enough, they probably would, nobody else would hear them say this, but in their mind, they say, you know what? If only I was a white person. People would, yeah.
Right.
Because even if they weren't the type of Caucasian person that was a part of the elite, status, still and yet they will probably look at, wherever they were born at, whatever classification that they had going on at that point in time, just being Caucasian, it still would be easier than being born in this type of situation that they might have been experiencing. That's all I'm saying.
I do agree with that.
Just keeping it a buck.
The reason I said it like that is because I don't want nobody to hear it and be like, everybody got problems. Everybody got this. And it's like, true. Okay, I get what you're saying. I totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's gotta be, all right, let me break it down for somebody to understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, I'm really like, I'm fed up on it, man. Like, blackness. What is blackness? You know what I'm saying? How can blackness be beneficial at some point, but then detrimental at another point? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, man.
How did blackness become a term though? Like how do somebody sensationalize that? Like, why does Kamala Harris feel the need to quote Quavo? Like, how is that cultural now? How does it feel the need to bring out Megan Thee Stallion in Atlanta? Like, why do that? That's my thing. It's like, how do we get to that point?
First of all,
why can't we just bring out a nice personal speaker? Why can't we have somebody who owns a business come and speak? Like, why do we have to bring out those people?
Because you said it yourself, that ain't gonna sell.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not gonna sell. They need in the Mecca, such as Atlanta in the South. You look at it, how can I reach these? Let's go get Megan.
And there's no bashing Megan, but it's just the fact. It could have been anybody there that does that type of music, but it's just like, bro, how does black people why do they think that we're that simple-minded to be like, oh, they threw a great pep rally, they did this, they did that, we about to vote for them. They gave out free KFC, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, how do we get to that point? Because I feel like the majority of black people are very intelligent, and it's a small minority of ignorance that they want to highlight, because their ignorance get the most attention because they do the craziest stuff. You feel me? Most smart black people are going to jobs, doing this, living their life, not doing nothing crazy, law-abiding citizens. But the people that's out here doing reckless amounts of craziness get the most influence and become, or people make them the spokesperson for that race. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, but now it's got me wondering, like, who are we catering to now? Like who? Like when I say we, let me scratch that. Who are they catering to now? Like from, a political standpoint, to even put that on the screens, who are you trying to entice?
Yeah.
A vote from? Like,
that's true though.
Like
the most, I guess the people that are gonna listen to the most craziest stuff. They're just gonna go along with it.
The sad part about it, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess in a sense, to plant one image in somebody's head and they turn on the TV and see this person classified with this person and this person is making this stuff, I'm voting for her.
Wow, that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
I guess, and that's
she down. She went
to culture.
She went to culture, bro.
And then, but then the thing about it, man, that's even sadder is how we give out in the culture, bro. We give out black cards. We give out black cards like crazy.
We do that.
They get a pass. They can say the N-word. Or we give, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I personally know Buddy, man. Buddy came to the cookout. He down. And it's like you give out a black card, but then the moment you put in front of, let's just say, I'm just saying, I've seen this story too many times. It even happened to Obama.
What's up?
It's like you get people, you go ahead and you give them that push, that send off. Hey, bro, you got my vote, you got my stand, hey, you stand strong now, you know what I'm saying? You represent us. Then, people get up there and they like, bro, that ain't something we'll do. Bro, that brother ain't speaking for hey,
nah, that's real.
And then it's like, bro, all of a sudden now, you know what? That brother ain't black.
That's how, bro. That's accurate though. That's
but then check this out. Flip it. They come back and they say, man, I don't even recognize this sister. And they come back and they say the same thing. That sister ain't black. Now check this out. Time out. Pause. Rewind. She said it herself from the very beginning. That sister say what? She classified herself as an Indian. She didn't say she was black.
Right.
So now you come and you have to start questioning everything. That's why I say, bro, the formula, bro, is so crazy, bro. How it's all laughable to me, man. Because I look at it, man, and it's like, bro, we be getting tricked too many, we get tricked too many ways that remain the same, really, man. It's just like, this is to come out first. And the first thing Maya Angelou told us, again, if a person tells you who they are, believe them the first time. The first words when it came to stating who she was or what she classified herself as, she told you.
Yeah.
She told you. Now all of a sudden, not everybody else saying what? The woman, this is like she's black. Who am I to say who she is and who she's not? But all I'm going off of what she said the first time.
But like, okay, they not doing that for no reason. Like they not
it's pushing something.
Hold on. They not doing that for no reason, right? Because what if they tried to go like the square, this quote unquote square route, and they didn't get no black support, and they like, man, we done gave them this, we done gave them that.
So we got
to bring out Megan. Hey, bring out Megan, bro. That'll get them on board. At least we trying to get them to go. They trying to take us somewhere.
Or they say this here. Oh my God. You know what? In a panicking fashion. Oh my God. You know what? Nothing's working. They're like, you know what? That's it. We have to. I hate to do. Kamala, you're gonna hate this one. You're gonna hate it. I know you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate this. Hand it to me. Here's your black card. You got to go all the way, sister.
Wow.
You got to go all the way.
Sister, you funny, bro. You hilarious. That would be crazy, though.
Hey, they say, look, we're talking about the whole shebang. You have to go cookout mode on us. You got to go, you got to go Auntie Ville.
That would be hilarious.
Hey, she's like, wait a minute. I don't even know how to dance. Give us the best two-step you got.
That's funny, no, bro. I get it though, bro. It does seem like that sometimes, man. Like, I'm stuck between these two thoughts, bro. Either they like that, or either they like, how do we get black people to vote? Because they not paying attention to the speakers. They not paying attention to this. They more cultural influence at this point in time in this generation. So we have to at least catch their eye, what is it called? Candy and the medicine or something like that? Medicine and the candy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we at least got to do that to get them to at least put their eyes on me, and then I could spoon feed them what they need to know. You know, does that make sense? Because it's like, bro, like, I feel like sometimes, though, we do portray a lot of ignorance that makes it seem that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. Like I said, I know nothing.
You know
These
what?
are just my outside opinions. But
I will say
you know
this
what I'm
though,
saying?
because what we don't want to do, this show isn't a political type of show. We speak on different topics that we feel a need to speak on when we feel we need to speak on.
Right.
We're not by no means trying to sway the masses to vote one way or the other, because just as well as I just thought about it, it seemed like we just hopped on Kamala,
like we just,
and it's like, man, like just giving her the business.
Yeah.
It's not the case, because God knows, if you look over at Trump, I mean, Trump has his faults on a whole lot of stuff as well. You know, my thing is this here. At the end of the day, it's again like, you know, like my boy said, you know, you have to pick the best candidate for you. You know, nobody else can define who's the best candidate for you. You know, listen to the verbiage, listen to the words, listen to, you know, the soul of the message.
Right.
You know,
right.
Don't listen to the beat. Because trust me,
every time, man.
Trust me, hip hop would that's the number one source of getting lost. You listen to the beat rather than the message, and you around here you bebopping whatever, some foolishness.
Man. That's hilarious.
Bebopping, boy. I can hear some if young cats listen to that, be like, boy, they sound like old heads bebopping. That sound like saying that my old man. Yeah, but again, you know, it's really and truly like it comes a time where really and truly you just gotta cut the music off. You gotta cut the static off. And you really got to, you know, you gotta listen intently and listen with purpose. Because people are going to say things under the voice of purpose.
Right.
It's for a reason that they're saying certain things. You got to listen to it, and you got to listen with, you know, with a mindset of purpose. I'm listening for a purpose of actually finding out, what are you trying to offer us? You know, how is this going to cater to the greater good?
That's it.
If
man.
we truly are trying to make America great again, okay, first of all, let us know how America's ever been great in the first place, when really and truly all people weren't created equally in America. I'm just putting that there. Right. Now over here, you know, let us know how. I almost did it again, man. Heck, I'm gonna do it again. Let us know how Megan Thee Stallion is great. I'm sorry.
I feel you though. Like I feel like I agree.
What's
with
the
you.
purpose behind her?
I agree with you on one point, man. That we got to focus on the best candidate. Like that's the thing I think that bothers me the most. Is like, okay, why do we feel the need that we have to gain black people's attention by doing certain things? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like that's my thing, because I really don't see it being done like in other cultures. Like they're not doing it. Maybe they are. Maybe we just are not a part of that culture, so we don't know. You feel me? And we just see the flaws in ours. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. What's sickening to me, like just keeping it on a level that's up there at 1,000 with you. With my serious face right now.
Yeah.
It reminds me too much of the stuff that goes in reverse, and you know, like the circular motion. This reminds me a lot of like the minstrel, you know, the minstrel acts.
Which
like
is what?
Like back in the day when somebody understood the importance of black culture to the degree that they got so hip after just sitting back watching us, how we acted, how we, you know, went on and just did things such as dancing, singing, you know, whatever. They took our likeness and they'll flip our likeness, and they started dressing up, putting blackface on, stuff like this, and going out acting in our image. Yeah, it's the minstrel shows. The thing about it that was so messed up about the whole situation back then, it was done because they use a white person to actually paint themselves black.
Now we use black people.
Yeah, and it's like now it was a character. It was a caricature. And now if you look at it, the same thing. Still using, it's the same exact thing, but it's a little slightly different. So you'll send an act out, and that act has to look familiar. That way, it becomes an invitation to acceptance.
Right.
Hey, we can accept her. Hey, man, Megan, a real one, man. Hey, man, look, I'm with it. And Megan with it, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? But it's like Megan, again, like my boy said, Megan, at the end of the day, Megan got a check.
She's doing what she's supposed to do.
I mean, yeah, especially if the goal for her, and that's again, purpose is big. Especially if her purpose is, and a lot of people will tell you, the purpose is the bag.
Yeah, man.
So what would people do for the bag?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I think that's a part of like the culture thing, man. I think we just have to get back to like, yo, man, like one thing I'm big on, man, it's like, I don't have to agree with you. I mean, I don't have to like you, but we can agree on certain things, right? And I think we as black people, or we as a culture, have to get past that, bro. Like, regardless if somebody is white, regardless if somebody is black, we have to get past our differences. We have to be like, yo, man, I might not rock with everything you say, but hey, man, you are saying some good things on this front, and I can support you with that. But everything else, we can scratch that, leave that where it's at. I ain't really rocking with you on that. And I think it's hard to differentiate with that. It's like, if you black, you got to rock black, right or wrong. And it's like, bro, I don't think that need to go neither way. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the culture, it's like ride or die for everything. You black, you got to be down for the culture, whatever it takes, whatever we got to do, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what is the context behind that, man? Like, bro, we ain't out here just crashing out. Like, it's got to be, like you said, a purpose behind it, bro. So it's like, okay, yeah, you black, yeah, you a woman, or yeah, you a man, whatever the case may be. What are you talking about, though? You know what I'm saying? And we could agree on this and we could relate on this, but we also be like, all right, cool, you can scratch all that other stuff. And ain't no hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I think we have to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
No, it definitely does, man. So one thing that I will say, and this, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put, I'm gonna make this a little more, I'm gonna make this a little wider. So right now we talking about, politics from one angle, and that angle being like this so-called like the blackness effect, and taking the cheese. But now, granted, on a whole nother from another approach, when talking about politics, the thing that's crazy is the ignorance. Ignorance. We talking about ignorance now. Right. Ignorance does not. Ignorance is not limited to a race. It's not limited to sex. Ignorance is just ignorance, and it's going to always be ignorance, right, no matter what. There ain't no way around it. It's just what it is. So you saw one side of ignorance, then this is a whole nother side. Some people would vote, okay, let's just, now we're playing things from a whole nother, angle. Some people will vote for Trump simply because he's running against a woman.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't even want to see a woman. Despite her color, whether she's black, Indian, whatever, she could even be a white woman. They won't vote for her simply because now that means the whole dynamic of a power struggle must shift in certain people's mind. They're like, okay, we'll never relinquish power to a woman.
Facts though. But what is it like, bro? She the best candidate, bro. If it's a white man and he the best candidate.
But wait a minute.
I'm rolling with him.
I said, wait a minute. Think about this. She has a cycle. She might go cycle on her cycle.
Bro, that's real though, man.
But check this out.
That's the mentality I'm talking about.
You got it. You got it, bro. But see, check this out. Yeah. Hey, that you entitled to think that way. But you got some guys out here that act like they got a cycle all the time.
Come on, man.
So it's like, when you like, if we keeping it a buck, like really, like, I'm talking about sometimes we might be worse off with this brother over here that got a cycle every day.
Right.
Rather
We work
than
with some of these guys.
that's
Come on,
completely
man.
cycle
Come on, bro.
and calling shots.
Now we just gotta use logic, bro. Use your brain, people.
yeah.
That's all we saying. Use your brain, man.
Yeah.
Just because man, yeah, you use your brain, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Use your brain, bro. Like,
if you don't have one, please buy one.
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, information is free nowadays, bro. So it's like, yo, anything you want to know, you can research. Research, man. It's like people just, like you said, taking the bait because it's easy.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know
I'm saying, man. The cheese is there.
It's
one way or
easy,
the
bro.
other. It's like if you let stats sometimes speak, or if you let history sometimes speak, people will throw certain things out there to deter you one way or the other, and tell you, based off of history, this is already decided. But again, this is when you do have to take the sparse approach to things. On paper, this is the one time paper can be defeated. On paper can state one thing. When we talking about a roster, when we talking about, your merits, your accolades, all this other stuff on paper, it looks good. But then when it's time to perform, when it's time to, to debate, when it's time to go up there and actually, you got cameras in front of your face now, you got to speak up. Or, you got to say what you mean what you say. Now, all of a sudden, what's on paper, which looks excellent, it looks remarkable on paper. Now, all of a sudden, if you take and you mix them papers up and you turn them upside down and you tell a person, okay, now you pick who you listening to, and you pick up this piece of paper and let's just say you white out the name, and that person pick up that piece of paper and they say, okay, well, I'm reading the qualification and everything else. Oh, there's got to be that person over there. Nah, that's him speaking.
Right. That's real. That's really how it be, though. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, yo, I think that's just my biggest gripe. It's like sometimes it just feels like they sometimes I feel like they just looking at us laughing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro,
I definitely think so, man.
My mindset is this, and I'll restate it, man. It's a lot of great, not even just black people, Americans, period, bro. But we talking about black people, so I keep it on that. That's going to work, doing their thing, taking care of their family. And we smart, bro. We handling our business. But you got that 1%, or you got that small percent that's just ignorant, that's just getting all the attention, because it's like, how could you be so ignorant? You know what I'm saying? So you watching them like, bro, I know, like a fight. Like a fight is just drawing your eyes to it, because it's like, oh shoot, like they're going at it. So it's like it's capturing, but it's like it's also wasting time. You feel me? So it's like I feel like it's just that percentage of black people that's out here that's just they got the most influence. They know the least, but and we're not talking about presidential candidates. I'm just talking about just in general. And I think that's how people gather their consensus. It's like, oh, it's got to be that. That's got to be them. They got to be all like that, because they getting the most attention. Everybody focusing on them. So it makes it look like on paper, that's what they like. But in reality, it's like, nah, we like smart, intellectual people that can articulate what they saying, that's handling the business, doing their thing. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Or that go too deep?
No. You definitely, man, you definitely hit on a lot of points. You know what, man? It just hit me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The more I think about it, when you think about it from an intellectual standpoint, that move made absolutely no sense to you.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, seriously, like getting back to the making it, like nobody can pay me. You can't pay me to. It's like from an intellectual standpoint.
Yeah,
I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
I feel you 100,000%, man.
However,
yeah,
when I look at it from a different standpoint, it makes all the sense in the world to me.
Which is what?
We just talked about it. The power of ignorance. The power of ignorance can go viral.
It can, bro.
So that her being on stage, it went viral.
That's all you needed.
That's what you need.
They talking about my name. My name is in the conversation.
Hey, it ain't even about, forget the message. they showed us through the music.
Yeah.
She ain't had no lyrics she could really play. It was no
It was just Megan Thee
substance.
Stallion.
It was no substance.
Come on.
Megan on the stage.
Come on, man.
And all you see, they just throwing Kamala face up there.
But isn't that life though, bro? Like the everyday grind, the everyday monotonous things is what gets you to the level versus the BBLs. Like, right? Like if I show it next month, right? Buffed out. You feel me? You gonna be like, whoa. You feel me? Like, yo, bro, you doing your thing. But if 3 years from now, every day you looking at me and you like, bro, you going to the gym again, bro? You waking up at 4 a.m. right now? Like, bro. And it's like, it don't matter. Because it's like, it's so small. It's so insignificant. It's a lot of struggle involved in that. So it's like, bro, it's kind of like the slow approach we talked about it in another podcast. The stairs, taking the stairs versus the elevator, right? What's going to draw the most people? It's going to be a long line for that elevator.
And that's the sad
but
part
the
about it.
But the stairs going to be, you can walk up and down freely, all day.
Freely.
Bro, you see it when you go on vacation.
Hey, guess what?
Come on,
and the
bro.
thing about the stairs, the thing about it, it's open access and you can walk as freely as you want to. But people are waiting in line for the possibility for the elevator to get to the next floor and stop. With them own it.
Right. The more people getting on, it's going to go back down. Then it's going to go back up.
Man, look at and don't let one side be broke. But ain't nobody really trying to take them stairs.
Right.
It's too much work.
Man, bro, that's all we saying.
Why?
Man.
And that's the thing. Why are we running from the hard work, man? And that's the thing. Like, okay, the hard work is doing your homework on these candidates. That's the hard work. Familiarizing yourself. First of all, figuring out who are you. Figure out who are you, what's becoming to you, what's needed in your life.
Right.
Can they deliver on that note?
Yeah, man. You speaking facts.
It's like, man, first of all,
facts.
I guess too, we need to really do discovery on really and truly, and it's gonna sound crazy what I'm gonna say, but really and truly finding out who really have their posts on the majority and the minority. Really, like, let's really think about that and do our research on who makes up the majority and who really makes up the minority. Because, again, the way that things are going, the way that things are unfolding is not making a lot of sense to me.
It's not, bro. I done heard this before. It's like people thrive off division. So it seems like to me, like, and I might be going on this tangent, but it's like Trump got the whites, Kamala got the blacks. You feel me? And it's
that,
like, bro, why does that matter?
But see, check that out.
Take the color out
check
of
this
it.
out. And that's where it's kind of like it's changing too. You got something has to be changing if Kamala felt the need to do that. That was a bit extreme.
Yeah.
So if anytime you see moves, and I call them moves of desperation, I truly do, because number one, if we're not sticking to politics, what are we on now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like people, you know what I'm saying? People are engaging in a debate. In debate, it's a sensible debate. Now all of a sudden it ain't got personal. Now I'm a man talking about somebody mama. Bro, we ain't even on a debate no more. Like, why you said that? Why you even why? Like, why?
That wasn't needed.
It's because now some way you didn't step on somebody's toe. Or one way or another, you starting to feel like you losing momentum and they gaining momentum. Mm-hmm. When you start seeing moves like that made, it's because somebody see the needle going in one direction and it's not favorable to you. So now you take, because that could be viewed as radical.
Yeah, it could.
Having her on the stage like that, and then you look at what Trump might have going on, and you looking over here and you like, okay, man, I'm starting to see more people of color over here in Trump camp.
Could be.
Now, hey, we got to get you. You got to look.
We got to secure that.
You can't have a face that look like him, but you don't act like him. You got to bring it, sister.
Do you think that that's what's wrong with black people too? Like, just if Kamala Harris look black, you know what I'm saying, and then she comes out acting white per se. That's what I'm talking about with black people. It's like, bro, we used to joke, we used to bully people, you know what I'm saying, for talking a certain way.
Man.
We used to bully people for dressing a certain way. It's like black people has this mentality.
We'll just say Carlton wasn't the most popular on the Fresh Prince.
So it's like, yo, is she wrong for even doing that? Because it's like she wouldn't even be accepted if she would have went the straight professional way. Because professional is considered white.
Yeah, being
you feel me?
Politically correct.
Bro.
Yeah.
Talking to not having a, you know what I'm saying? Talking to slang, not you black and you ain't gonna represent.
But see,
why you gotta represent? Why you can't just do what the job requires?
Okay, I like where we going at with this. So that what you just said,
yeah.
If she looked like that, she sounded like that, right?
Right.
But she was still considered a person of color. Then over here, you got Trump saying whatever Trump want to say is whatever Trump think, Trump says. Mm-hmm. People applaud that because they look at that as being real.
Right.
And that's something I would always want to say. I've been wanting to say that, Trump. I'm glad you said it. So everybody siding with him because now it's a freedom of speech that honestly, Trump, if he wanted to win it, that's all Trump. He needed to go back to that. Go back to the basics.
I feel like he won it on the first election like that.
Just go back to the basics. You know what? Freedom of choice. I'm going to always use my freedom. That's all he's been doing. That's the
First Amendment, freedom of speech.
That's all he's been doing.
Yeah.
Now over here, we got somebody, that's acting one way, like playing possum, going over, just acting the part. Now, really and truly, if you look at the two, at the end of the day, who do you really want to trust at that point? Somebody that look like you, don't sound like you. You already done caught them trying to lie because now they tried to flip it and then come back and sound like you when you know that ain't even you.
Yeah.
That's not you. Over here, you just got this brother here just calling it how you see it. You just go ahead and one thing about him, it ain't gonna be politically correct. It might not. What he be saying? Some of the times you sit up there, you like, bro, why you said that?
Hey, for facts though. But it's just like, bro.
But then at the end of the day, you like, well, technically he didn't lie.
You feel me? You feel me? But that's the thing I think is messed up, man. Because it's like we'll sub for somebody who can't be real. For the fact of not being accepted, for somebody who is real, that's not going to be accepted. You feel me? That's the part that blows my mind because people play on that. And it's like politics is about playing on that. And it's like, bro, why does race matter? Why do we even bring that into conversation?
Yeah.
Why does gender matter? Why do we bring that into conversation? Who is the best candidate? That should be the campaign right there. Who is the best candidate? That should be the broad line of each person's campaign. And it's like, bro, that blows me because it's like Trump could be saying some great things. Kamala could be saying some great things. But because of how people biases are, they going to sway. You know what I'm saying? And it's like...
And you know what? You're right about that, bro. Because pressure. When both of them could be saying some... They could be saying some, jaw-dropping things that make a lot of sense, good points, valid, all that. Now, all of a sudden, let's just say it's going into overtime now. Now, when you got both of them, let's just say both of them, they being sharp and I'm talking about they delivering. Now, all of a sudden, when you stuck from that point, from that perspective on, dog, boy, but Trump bringing it today, but Kamala, she holding her, she holding her own. Then now all of a sudden it's like pulling straw. Now all of a sudden it becomes personal to you. Now you start looking,
Maybe that's human nature, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's human nature.
I hate
to do
to
that.
say it, but the thing about it is, it starts off personal already.
Yeah.
In politics, it oftentimes starts off, and
slander campaigns and all that.
Man, look, it gets.
Some of them be like, yo, that was a good one though. You feel me? Like, yo, you did your dirt on. You did your digging.
No, you right. You right the first time. You did your dirt on that one. you said it right the first. Baltimore, boy, they be destroying people, man.
You talking about roasting? We think we be roasting.
Man, look here.
They be going crazy.
Boy, they going to skeleton closet. I'm talking about, boy, they'll break a skeleton
Jeepers
down, bro. I'm talking about, bro, like for real. Hey. And that's the thing.
Remorse.
You talking about, boy, you talking about hitting below the belt. In politics, there is no below the belt.
No,
that's the one thing about. Yeah. But look here, take your nuts and turn it to applesauce. Excuse me, we might have to.
Oh, bro, that's hilarious, bro. Hey, burn them at the stakes.
Boy, hey,
I'm
talking about, boy, be out there treacherous with it, man. Hey,
that's hilarious.
And then be over there laughing. So is this your candidate,
bro?
Like,
but You know what, man? Like I said, bro, like maybe we know nothing. Maybe we just sound like a bunch of just randoms. I don't know, bro. But we got to be making sense on this. Y'all got to really relate to this, bro.
On some aspect,
bro. Because it's like, bro, I know for a fact that some of this stuff is just like, come on, man. We going for that? But maybe that's the thing to create division because they got us divided. We like the smart black people, the dumb. It's like the smart black people, the ignorant black people, and it's like, how do we stop that? Because at the end of the day, we the human race. That's not the popular thing to say, but at the end of the day, it's true.
So my question becomes for you. It comes for you in this manner. Well, it comes to you in this manner. Excuse me. If we are dubbed the United States of America, when are we ever going to truly be united?
Right.
Really, because even when we go into a season of election, that's when we the most divided.
Bruh, talking about going crazy.
I'm talking about, bruh, like
people fighting in parking lots,
like, man,
picketing.
Hey,
come on,
bruh,
man.
like, bruh, just because you got a certain tag on the back of your car.
Vandalism.
I'm talking about, bruh.
Crime go up.
Boy, pressures go up, crimes go up. Hey, I'm talking about, man, like,
bro, that's hilarious.
Man, like, you just think about it from this perspective. If it really shouldn't be this deep. Yeah. It really shouldn't be. Because if it gets this deep to certain people, to be honest with you, you so flawed to the point to where, honestly, you're done for.
I'm trying to think, man. Maybe in my younger days, I might have been like maybe had like a super hate for something. But it's like I'm trying to think, man. How like that mindset? Like I get rivalries, like Georgia versus Georgia versus Florida. I get that, right? But they ain't never been to the point where I wanted to fight a fan.
Oh nah, it gets deep.
You know what I'm saying? I never been to the point where just because you root for them, I'm gonna take your head off. I'm gonna tell you what. On a football field, yeah, because it's a contact sport.
I'm gonna tell you what makes it even. I'm gonna tell you what makes it even worse.
Right.
Sometimes, because I've been to the game, front and center in it all, and that's it. See, when you start talking about, and the same thing applies to politics too. So, race seems to matter every other season until it comes to politics when you speak in the same language as somebody else, or every other season until it's football season and you sitting next to whoever may any other time during the year, whatever, he rocking some other colors.
Yeah. But
y'all share the same colors for that particular way. Every Saturday throughout football season, y'all share the same colors. So now all of a sudden, he might even come up to you. And honest to God, I'm not lying. I am not lying on this. I've had people to come up to me. I don't know these people, man. I don't even know this person's name. It would be hard for me to even point him out if I was to see him today in a lineup. You have certain individuals, man, that'll sit up there and they'll do certain things. They throw rocks, hide their hands.
Yeah.
So they like to get things rattled up. They like to get, mess with that wasp nest. Then all of a sudden, before they start, they'll mess with it the first time just to see if it's some activity there. They notice it got a little buzz. Hey, then they turn to you immediately. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? If something go down, you got my back.
Right. Bro, what?
Hey, then all of a sudden, that's when I throw this in there. Bro, I'm black, right? The moment something happened, you mess around and let's just say you threw the first punch and I'm pulling this man off you and somebody get laid out. Now I'm getting blamed for all this. Like, for real. But it amazes me, bro, how at that moment, bro, people are joined together from a common point. It's just that's
a good point. That's it. That's a good point. You know what's funny? Like, not to cut you off. Me and my wife is at the zoo, and she had a Clemson shirt on. Random dude walked over and was like, said something about the shirt.
No, they probably said this here. Go Tigers.
Something like that, bro. But it's like, bro, we can unite, bro. You seen it.
It's ways. Yeah.
So why? Maybe I'm not a biologist or whatever.
No, you know why?
What?
I'm gonna tell you why. It's seasons.
You're right,
and
man.
when you put it on, and that's the thing, atmosphere. You can shift certain atmospheres by playing on a season.
Yeah.
You know, like you ever notice, man, like maybe it's just me, man, but in the springtime, bro, like spring brings some of your best smells. Yeah. Like to me, bro, it's like, bro, it brings vibrant colors. It just brings like a lot of it changes things. It shifts things from otherwise winter, you ain't really getting many smells during wintertime, like other than like, you know what I'm saying? Other than probably like burning wood or something like that. Yeah. It's like, but it's limited on the smell. But spring lets you know, hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a time to be alive again. You know, not saying that I love spring, but spring give you the best of both worlds. It gives you a little warmth again. It gives you some cool air still. So you got a mixture of both. That's that atmosphere. But what I'm saying is, like, the atmosphere, otherwise the atmosphere could be set, it could be set at devastation. That's where it could be set at. And then all of a sudden, you inject into that atmosphere, you know, a different season. And that season might just be, you know, a season that just incorporates love, incorporates excitement. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Then all of a sudden, you like, yo, but they all right with me, man. I missed that. Why? Hey, look on over. Hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Hey,
ain't that crazy though, bro?
That's how it goes, though.
Like, imagine how powerful advertising is. Like, imagine the Super Bowl. Everybody watch the Super Bowl. Bro.
That's right.
Everybody buying chips, buying party. You might not even watch football, but you're gonna go to a Super Bowl party.
People come together.
You feel me?
That's a season.
That's crazy though. Like, it's like I said, man. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't know. You know what I mean? But that's a good point because it's like there are seasons where we come together, we do this, we do that. And then there are other seasons where it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like separate.
It's just divide. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's
maybe
like
that's
even
just
with
the ebbs and flows, you know what I'm saying, of life. I don't know, man.
You know what? I just thought about something, man. I would love to see the statistics though on election years in football because both of them cross. Yeah, they probably got the same ratings. They cross over to a degree. No, I'm talking about as far as like animosity.
Like the rivalry and stuff?
I'm just talking about, no, okay, on a normal football year, you will have rivalries immediately. I mean, rivalries are every year. You know, you play a team and that's your rival. So, you know, animosity is already at a certain point. Right. But on election years, you play these same rivals, then you in a parking lot. Now you find out your rival got this tag here or this plate, you know. Now it goes even higher. Now it becomes even more than just football because now really and truly, they going against something you believe in anyways, and you feel like they trying to hold you back, and then they feel like you trying to hold them back. Then all, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but like the animosity got to be at an all-time high. Yeah. You know, doing those points. But check this out. Flip that. This year was also what? The Olympics. Mm-hmm. So here it is. Politics, all of that got to somehow take a back seat to us coming together for this collective purpose of being together to try to win this gold, bronze, silver.
The Olympics, though, man, that was crazy, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they had that many sports. Not to get off topic.
I didn't know breakdancing was a sport. You seen it?
Don't get me started on that, man. Just we trying to stay on topic.
Okay, yeah.
All right, man. We gotta let me see how far we're an hour in, man.
I just saw a vision of an old girl in my head, man.
I'm like, bro, what?
That's just to look like.
You talking about they was bashing her or something? It was like an Australian or something like that. Yes. Danisha told me about it. I didn't watch it.
Man, look here.
One thing I will say, we gonna hop back on this. Was what's the girl that run the black girl that run?
Which one? Shikari?
Might be Shikari. She was like, she looked over and she was like,
always do that.
She was like, yo, am I good? I need to speed up. No, I'm straight. Bro, that was crazy.
Shikari always do that.
And she was in a straight line. She didn't change direction.
She always do that when...
Crazy, son. Imagine the training that takes. Bro.
Let me say something on that. You said imagine the training that takes. Imagine this here. Her trainer has a heart attack every time she does that. You're not supposed to do that.
Bro, but to be that, the straight line. It was a straight line.
I hear you. Bro. You know the level of arrogance in that?
Crazy.
You know the level of arrogance in that?
She probably could have went 2 times faster. She was like, bro, I'm good. I'm good. Then she just, bro, that blew my mind. Anyway, we talk about it.
It's a lot to the Olympics thing that I would like to. Because the Noah,
what's that?
Noah Lyles, the guy that was running,
what? Nah, I didn't see
200.
I only seen the that race. That's it.
Oh, okay, because that brother.
Oh, when he passed the dude.
No, he wound up at the end. It looked like he almost fell out, and come to find out he had COVID.
Dang.
And he had then tested positive for COVID like some days prior to that.
No.
Yeah, but he still even partook in that situation. I'm like, yo, what's it?
I would have felt bad about taking my man out though. You practiced 4 years for this, man. Bro,
but safety,
years?
I understand that, but safety has to come into question. Because first of all, this is the Olympics.
Right.
I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's going on outside of your window, but right now we have COVID cases. They starting to increase again. It's getting bad again.
I did hear about that.
Like the hospitals getting filled up again. I'm talking about this. People is bad. But it's like,
are they really that close though? Because isn't each team in their section until they get on the track?
They in their lane.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you ain't gonna really have no real contact. Everybody gonna be focused on who won the race. That's how I would look at it.
First of all, who else really knows that you have COVID?
Right.
So after the people go up, congratulating patting each other on that, getting in each other's face and stuff like that,
yeah.
That's contact.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? That is contact.
That's a tough one, man.
So my thing is like,
that's a tough one.
The more we, and I kind of foresaw this coming, man. The more we continue onward, with COVID is being treated like a common cold now.
Yeah.
People sit around, hey, give it about 2 days, you'll be fine. 3 days, you'll be fine.
I feel like that's what it was the first time.
Nah, man, them people was like a week or whatever.
People was going out.
Like, yeah.
But I don't even want to go down a rabbit hole because it's like, bro.
Everybody's body is different.
Yeah, I don't even want to go. It's like, dang, bro, that's crazy.
So like
every year, it's like a new thing.
Cause see, the first thing that the commentator said, which I became aware of with him, when he was young, since he's been a boy, he's battled with asthma.
Right.
So now you caught COVID. Mm-hmm. You've had a battle with asthma. All of that stuff that doesn't bode well. We talking about world-class athletes.
Right.
You know what they take their body through.
Yeah.
Just to,
so he on a elite level though. So he probably could take it.
Probably if he's healthy.
Right.
But when you take into consideration that the extra strain that he's putting on his body that he's normally cool with, that's more.
What happened to him?
No, I'm just saying, like, he almost passed out, but he made it through the race. But again, like, he was diagnosed with COVID.
Yeah.
My thing is, certain people knew he had it, but I'm quite sure all them racers didn't know that. I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
Because with that, if you got to think about panic, people start finding out about it. Hey, yo, I ain't racing. Now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they might not even have that event. Because people like, man, I don't know if I should be sharing the court with him. I got a family.
He played basketball?
No, he was a track. Yeah, he was in track and field.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So my thing is, we got to do a better job, man, of the more lenient they become on us with COVID or whatever, the more critical we have to be of ourselves and everybody around us.
Nah, that's real.
That's all I'm saying, because
that's real. That's real.
Because he quickly afterwards, he came back. I wonder if he would have won had that even got aired.
Mm-hmm.
That he had COVID.
That's a good one.
You see what I'm saying?
I want to take it another way. Like, we even divided on this. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, let the man race. You like, bro, he got COVID. Let him chill out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
that's crazy though. How we can even start on that?
Yeah. So so let's debate on it for a second. So I'll start off and I'll say this here.
What's up?
So by him even racing in the first place, you're not 100%.
Right.
So what are you really looking to gain out of this? Being classified as the greatest of all time because you got an asterisk also the fact that you raced and had COVID and still beat everybody? Is that what it really is about?
Nah, I think it's about.
So let me finish. So with that being said, so that means long before you even raced, and that means you already got to build an excuse for if you lose.
I think it's about, I spent 4 years of my life. I trained hard. Let me at least run. I don't care if I win. I just want to run my race. I want to be a part of this moment. I want this to be part of my memories. Like, bro, I spend a lot of time and dedication to this, and I can't wait another 4 years because my body may be in a different state.
Okay.
Anything can happen. So I was like, let me just run my race.
And I come back and I call you selfish.
I'm selfish?
Yes, you selfish. And I'm going
Explain
to tell you
that to
why.
me.
Because let me be the one to tell you that, you wanted to be a part of your memories. But what if the thing that comes from all of this being part of your memories that you can never take back is the fact that if you mess around and race and you cause another brother that was in the lane next to you to catch COVID, God forbid something happens to this individual. Now you thinking about it now. That's on your head because you didn't even have to run that race.
I think it would be close. I think it would be the contact we have. Like if I knew I got COVID, I would separate the contact because we in different lanes. Our teams are in different spaces. We're only in a group. We're only on the same court. We're on the same track. We're only on the same track just to race.
But immediately after, the brother that wound up getting sick, he was the one came over to you to congratulate you for just even giving it your all. You know what I'm saying? Even though you came up short, he didn't know something was wrong with you. But now this brother going through life or death situation, and it's because you chose to be there.
What's my rebuttal on that? Somebody did get sick?
No, I'm just saying, suppose it happened.
Nobody got sick. That's my rebuttal. Nobody got sick.
See, but look how you did think about it, though. That's why I call you selfish, because you didn't think in the first place. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I don't know about that, man.
You already got to go. Because you got the 100.
No, man. Let me run my race. Nobody got sick. Okay. Nobody got hurt.
So now here's my ultimate rebuttal, and I close my case on this here. Okay, so why, conveniently, you lost that race? Now all of a sudden it came out that she had COVID. Now all of a sudden, the last race that you were supposed to take a part in, which was the team activity, you didn't want to do that though. Now you done. Your race is done.
Yeah,
why? Is it because you already got you got a gold and you got a bronze, and now you're done?
Yeah.
No.
How accomplish my goal?
No. How could that be your goal?
Because I wanted to run the Olympics. That was my whole training process for the last 4 years.
You did that.
Yeah.
You did that with the first race when you got there, you won 100.
This was a whole nother year.
No, that was this year.
Okay, gotcha.
You got that when you won the first one this year, the 100.
I still had COVID.
We don't know that, but guess what?
How I just get COVID for one race?
We don't know that, but it came out that you had COVID. So maybe you did. I don't know. But again, so okay, even if you got that, why chance it again? When you barely won that one.
I was fine the first time. I didn't know. I thought I was good.
Maybe
I did everything right. I did everything right, took all the tests, and then my body, I guess, I wasn't already all the way healthy like I thought I was. And then it comes to find out that I do have COVID. When I went to the hospital, they're like, yo, something's wrong. You don't know. You usually recover faster than this. Something's wrong. And then when they took me to the hospital, run my blood, all that stuff, they're like, yo, you got COVID. It's like, that was never my intention to get anybody sick. I didn't even think I had COVID no more. I thought I had got over it.
Okay. Guess what?
What's up?
Even with that being said, you still shouldn't have been out there. You still shouldn't have been out there. You shouldn't have been out there.
Why would I not be out there?
You shouldn't have been out there.
No,
Number one, because at the end of the day, if we all get back to this, we'll be good.
What's up?
And that's simply being your brother's keeper. At the end of the day,
I don't think that plays a part.
Okay, what I have on the line. Okay, so how can you miraculously become your brother's keeper with the last event where all of a sudden, is it because my whole argument is it because you lost? Because I come back and I ask this here.
What's up?
If you wouldn't have lost that 200, if you wouldn't have got the bronze in the 200, which by the way you got beat by your fellow American also, but if you would have lost that 200, then would it ever had came out that you even had COVID? And if it never came out that you had a COVID, would you have raced that third race also?
It just depends. It depends on if he knew he had COVID or not.
It doesn't depend.
Because they make it seem like he knew. Maybe he didn't know.
He knew. And the story just happens to write itself. He had to build an excuse. So his bronze even has an extra now because they say, yeah, the brother said, you still got bronze even though he had COVID. I rest my case.
Who writing the narrative? We got to figure out who writing the narrative.
He sure wasn't writing his. Or maybe he was.
You know what I'm saying?
The world may never know.
We don't know.
All right, bro. What you got for us, man?
Well, I had hit E right. with lifestyle comes with baggage. So a couple of things, man, that happened at work. You know, I recently got promoted to a leadership position, and I'm just thinking, man, like, okay, now I'm in this leadership role. I have to step into that. So it's like feelings do not dictate your reality. And two mindsets that I think could be the death of your success is sometimes you don't feel like doing something, and because you focused on what you don't want to do, you make it bigger than what it is. And I felt like that at times in my life. I'm pretty sure you have, bro. Mm-hmm. Like when you focus on something, like, man, I really don't want to do this. Or I really don't want to go through this point in my life, whether it's a death in the family, whether it's sickness. But then you get past it, and you done did that 5 times over. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that I think that humans should, I think people should realize, bro, like as humans, man, God made us to adapt to certain situations. And it's only you that can decide when you quit. It's only you that can decide when you quit, man, when you give up. It's a billboard, I don't know if you passed it, that a blind man climbed Mount Everest. His name is Eric Wimmenmayer. He climbed 21,500 feet. Blind, right? So it's like, bro, whatever happened to you in life, you get in a car accident, you lose your sight, you get into whatever, you lose your arm, your leg. It's like, bro, I seen a video of a dude with one leg, he ripped it. You know what I'm saying? Muscles, abs, everything. So it's like, bro, you only decide when you quit, right? So don't focus on the issue, man. Get past it because God made you to adapt. Secondly, the second mindset that destroys your success. It's things that you think things can't get better or things won't get better. And I think that destroys your mindset, bro. Things always get better and everything is temporary. It's a cycle. Things get worse, then they get better. Things get worse, then they get better. Things get better, then they get worse. It's a cycle, man. And I think we have to realize that. And your attitude can't control your feelings. You cannot allow your attitude to control your feelings. If I act how I felt all the time, nobody would want to be around me. Nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those little things have been on my mind, and it's just like something I wanted to share. You have anything to jump in, or I'm gonna keep rolling?
Well, I had, but you.
Oh, go ahead, man.
No, it's hard now to find a point. Now, it was at the beginning. Oh, I was gonna say something. You was talking about the blind man climbing out. Yeah. So something that kind of like hit me. I was watching a movie, and it was just like in the same vein, so to speak. It was a woman in this movie, and it was a horror-based movie. And old girl, she was dying. She was dying, and she had cancer. And the more the movie took many different turns, like the whole New York was being like taken over by like aliens or something like that. And old girl, their objective was to make it to this ship to get out of New York so that they can, because the aliens couldn't swim, nothing like that. So make it to the ship, you made it to the promised land, so to speak. Old girl, she met a guy, and the guy took a fond liking to her. At first, it was this interesting dynamic, man, because at first it was like the guy became codependent on her.
Yeah.
But both of them had a connection to this cat. And so the guy wound up meeting her through the cat. The cat took him to her. For what we know, it could be, human companion, just being a companion. Mm-hmm. That maybe that's what he was lacking. I don't know. I don't know. But old girl, you quickly figured out, she first mentioned this early in the movie. And she was like, I want to go to this pizza joint that was in New York. And so things kind of happened that eliminated the idea for her, of her going to this pizza joint. When she met this guy, she mentioned it again. So it's not by chance she's saying this twice. So when I heard it the second time, I was like, man, this chick really was serious. She really want pizza. So putting this together with the blind guy you were saying, when life presents you with a new set of challenges, it's like you have to adapt one way or the other. Mm-hmm. So you can make the best out of a negative situation. And for her, she realigned her goals. All she wanted was a little slice of life. And that little slice of life came at the hands of her eating a piece of pizza from the place that she chose to get it from. And no matter if these aliens out there, man, that's killing people, man, that she was willing to walk through hell to get a slice of life. And that's what she was living for. That's what she felt was promised to her, and she was that was her getting her power back.
Right.
And for me, watching that movie, man, it's like that was an interesting twist on a movie that made me reevaluate things, because it's like, man, we could complain about this, that, and the other, man, or we could think the worst about, whatever is being presented to us. But what if we find the best in the worst situation?
That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying, because it's there, bro. Like, it's there. We focus on the wrong things. We magnify the problem instead of focusing on the solution. You hear that all the time, and it sounds so cliche.
So with that being said, I'm gonna come back again, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate to myself earlier, and I'm gonna say maybe that was Noah. Maybe he said, in this worst situation, after training for 4 years to get here, maybe my goal now is just to capture a gold medal.
That's it, man.
Some type of medal, even if it's not gold, a medal. So with that being said, hey,
that's it, man.
I still disagree. But
let's wrap it up, man. If you liked anything that we said, man, anything resonated, you laughed, you joked, whatever the case may be, man, give us a like, give us a share, comment. Like those videos, man. Like those videos. It helps us goes up on YouTube. Comment. Please comment. If you like anything that we said, this is the Real Talk Podcast, man. Peace.
Real talk.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, or if you want to check out more of our content, please visit our social media platforms linked in the description of this episode. You can also check us out each week where we drop a new episode every single Thursday. So don't forget, like, share, comment, and thanks again for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.